Good morning, folks. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. The time is now 12:29 a.m. It is Friday, April 10, 2020. This is going to be an update. I did a post earlier today regarding a family member who was diagnosed with pneumonia and coronavirus. He was admitted to the hospital today, uh, I guess around 8 p.m. today. But I wish to give you more information about it. Um, it's a lot of confusion about this whole thing, how people are given the term COVID. I'm questioning a lot of things. That's why I'm doing this video um, for those who hear this, so that if a loved one, um, gets sick, some of the things that they may encounter, and what the hospital might do. Okay, I have to back up a little bit. Now, a family member of mine was sick, was caught, had a bad cough, and then the next day after the cough, and they had a slight fever. So they contacted, those virtual doctors, and the doctor suggested she go to the hospital. And yes, they examined her. I wasn't there. This is just what was told me. Now, here, this person, I was told, had a severe, severe cough and a fever. They said that she's in perfect health and had to go home. Well, I'm glad that person is feeling better. They no longer have that cough. And I called them a few times, and they sound fantastic, actually. So I started wondering, what's really going on, okay? But during this time, the person that's watching over them um, was catching something, the some type of bug. They felt weak and tired, and so they were resting. But then it escalated, and they were developing a high fever. So it's this person that I was did a post on. Now they were sick now, symptomatic for about 10 days, and it's like I think 24 hours ago or something like that. It was, let's see, today's Friday morning, so it was actually Wednesday. I think Wednesday evening. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Wednesday evening. Um, they finally go to the hospital. Oh, I have to back up a little bit again. I apologize. It was last week. The person called 911 for ambulance to come to their home to get them, because they were feeling really bad. And they said, the EMS says, they took his vitals, and they said, well, we can't do anything else for you. You just have to write it out. So this person just writing it out. But 2 days, Wednesday evening, he was brought to the hospital in Long Island. And uh, I was told that he has COVID, or that he was tested for COVID COVID-19 and tested positive, and he also has um, pneumonia. So today, I mean, he was, brought back home, and then he's having problems with breathing. So yes, they bring him back to the same hospital in Long Island, and this whole process is stressing me out. Okay, and then they admit him, and I got a call like a half an hour ago from another family member to say that he was admitted to the hospital. He'll be staying there. They're not allowed any visitors. None of the hospitals could you like uh, get visitors or even come into the hospital because they really, want to prevent any spreading of this virus. So when they said, well, um, he will be that they admitted him uh, at the hospital and that he will be tested for COVID virus. So I said, I thought he was already tested because, I was told that he was tested positive for it. They said, no, they just assumed. They said, well, because he had a cough, so they just assumed he had it. So they said that he has it. Now, this is a hospital. Why would you? Okay, because he was at the hospital, and for someone to have these these symptoms that are lasting that long, you should test this. In the olden days, like a year ago, you get a blood test and they do diagnostic. That's what I assume what happens when you are feverish and you have other symptoms, and plus you got this pandemic, so they say. And to say that to someone and have them go home after telling them that they have it, and everybody else is getting, I'm getting scared and anxious, being him being told that, and now being told that, oh, well, they're going to test him for something. They should have tested him on Wednesday for it. They said today that it's going to take 48 hours for the test results. So wouldn't it have been smart of the hospital on Wednesday when he had to go to the hospital? They tested his lungs, and they said he has pneumonia. It would make common sense if you're going to test him for pneumonia. Test him his lungs. Wouldn't you also give him a diagnostic for the COVID virus? Wouldn't that make sense? But you're going to tell him, oh, he got it, and then we tell him to go back home to recuperate at home? This is ridiculous. This is being handled very, very sloppy. People are being told certain things, and then they say, oh, well, we assumed he has it. You can't make assumptions like that. They could at least say, look, we'll test you for the COVID virus, and we'll notify you once the test comes through. In the meanwhile, just quarantine yourself, drink, give him, instructions what he should do when he gets home. So here I had posted on my channel that he had it because I was told that he was tested. So I have to modify the message that now that he's admitted in the hospital, that he'll be tested for COVID virus, and yes, that he does have pneumonia. So people, be careful on what the hospitals, what they tell you. They should give you a diet, insist on it. See, I think maybe they just swamped. But whether they're swamped or not, to tell someone that they have something, and they may not have it, they just might have the flu or something else. Let's say food poison or whatever. Could be anything, because again, that other family member and this individual were both sick. One being brought to the hospital, and being told then that they're in perfect health, which I can't understand. And then the other, some days later, has to be admitted and, go to the hospital. And they failed to test him. And then the EMS that came to his house last week, they did it, because I understand that they have this this portable device. It tests for COVID, allegedly tests for COVID-19, that you prick your finger and then it tests your blood. And it only takes 15 minutes. And I'm wondering why the EMS didn't have that. Why are people being why if you call EMS they don't have the kit? Why are some people told they have something that they didn't actually test for? So be careful with what they tell you, and demand a test. Demand it. Say, look, I insist that you test me. I've been ill for X number of days. This person has been sick for 10 days with a high fever and other symptoms. And they went to Long Island, New York for the test. And it's not as crowded there. So, I don't know what's going on. Are they really testing people for COVID? Is it something else just going around? What is it? What are these things? Why now? So this is just food for thought. And yes, please pray for this family member that they recuperate. Because hospitals aren't the cleanest place. And sometimes people get diseases by being in a hospital. Okay? So, yes, please pray for his quick recovery. And what I'm going to do now, because see, this whole process, this whole thing has really stressed me out. And I was just watching a video about, David Icke has a son, and he was interviewing this doctor who also researches about this current virus. And he's saying, we have to limit all the stuff we watch on TV. But I think that also includes YouTube also. I've been bombarded for hours at a time watching the news on the COVID virus. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to have a nice drink to chill me out, and to light a candle, and to think good thoughts. And I think maybe tomorrow I'll do something hopefully the weather will be nicer. And I just want to uh, do something really nice tomorrow. And with wisdom, and I'll keep you guys posted. Each one teach one. And I think it's very important these days that we share. I know many people may not, you know, want their business out there, but I'm sharing this because we all have to um, let people know what's going on so you can protect yourself and that you can ask important questions as it pertains to your health and your loved one's health. Okay? Don't let them pull your chain and scare you. That they have to do a diagnostic first before they say anything. Okay? So yes, I'm gonna light that candle, chill out, and try to get good thoughts for a change. Okay? So take care, guys. This is Spirit Journey signing off this early morning video. Bye bye.